Hello everyone, and I'm back with more new reviews for you. Disney previously adapted the Nutcracker into an animated segment in Fantasia, and now they're giving the story another go as a young girl is transported to a wondrous world of sweets and mice. This is The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. This movie is very much in the vein of fantasy stories like The Chronicles of Narnia and Alice in Wonderland, as we watch Clara end up in the land of the Four Realms. However, there's a reason those stories still endear to this day, and I thought the film was quite charming. It does not waste time in taking us to this other world, and even better, they avoid the whole prophecy angle that has become popular and a little tired in fantasy films lately. They reveal she's the queen's daughter and then send her off on this journey. The most striking element of the Nutcracker in the Four Realms is how visually stunning it is. The production team really pulled out all the stops to give the film a colorful and beautiful aesthetic. I have to mention production designer Guy Hendricks Diaz, costume designer Jenny Bevan, and cinematographer Linus Sandgren, because craftspeople don't get nearly enough credit for what they put into the overall look of the film. Of course, Tchaikovsky's music is heard throughout the film, and directors Lasse Hallström and Joe Johnston knew exactly when to utilize it. They even pay tribute to the original ballet by having Misty Copeland perform a dance sequence that is expertly choreographed and also a clever way of giving exposition. Of the performances, Keira Knightley was the standout for me. Portraying the Sugar Plum Fairy, I feel like she has wanted to play this kind of role for a long time and she relishes the opportunity. For the most part, this is a fairly lighthearted and straightforward fantasy adventure, but we do get a few creepy moments here too. There are these clowns who will be to this generation what the Wheelers from Return to Oz are to people my age. Overall, I found The Nutcracker in the Four Realms to be a highly imaginative and fun tale that I think deserves to be an annual holiday viewing. Next up is the story of the innovative British band Queen and Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. Queen is one of the most important musical bands of the previous century, and Freddie Mercury deserves his legendary status. I myself even consider Bohemian Rhapsody to be one of the greatest songs ever written. So why is this biopic about their rise to stardom so ordinary and by the numbers? That's the biggest problem with this movie, as it feels like most other musician biopics, and we don't really get much of a sense of who Freddie Mercury or the rest of the other members of Queen are. It follows that tired biopic formula of this happened, and this happened, and this happened. That's not to say there are not moments of inspiration. The best parts of the movie are when the band writes and performs Bohemian Rhapsody and other iconic songs like Another One Bites the Dust and We Will Rock You. It's entertaining to watch the creative process unfold and the work it took in making those songs. The recreation of Queen's famous Live Aid performance is also well done, although I almost wondered if that section was the whole reason they made the movie. Rami Malek also turns in a great performance as Mercury, really capturing the physicality of the role. So when the band is actually performing the songs, Bohemian Rhapsody switches on. However, when it gets into their personal life, that's when the movie goes through the musician biopic guidebook. We have the disapproving parent, the manager mostly interested in profit, the band breakup, a lot of which I feel was exaggerated for this grand Hollywood production. The movie even starts with Freddie Mercury at Live Aid and then flashing back and remembering his life story. The movie does not dive that deeply into who he was. The main takeaway is that he was bisexual, threw a lot of parties, and liked cats. The rest of Queen are barely given much characterization to begin with. Overall, Bohemian Rhapsody mostly rests on the endearing power of Queen's songs, and they are great. But I feel Freddie Mercury deserves more than just your average run-of-the-mill biopic. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.